In the vastness of the universe, there existed a race of beings known as the Illyrith. Their civilization was ancient, advanced, and bound by an unspoken code of isolation. They'd wandered the stars in their sleek, shimmering ships, rarely interacting with other species. They had no need for companionship, no need for love. They were powerful, eternal, and alone. Among the Illyrith was Princess Nyra, the youngest daughter of the Emperor. She was brilliant, gifted with the technology and wisdom of the ages, yet she was marked by a deep, unshakable loneliness. Her people had long abandoned the concept of love, deeming it a weakness, an unnecessary attachment. And yet, Nyra couldn't silence the ache in her heart. One day, while traversing the outer reaches of the galaxy, Nyra encountered a small, unassuming ship drifting on the edge of an asteroid field. It was a human vessel, a primitive species by Illyrith standards. At first, she dismissed the sighting, thinking it a mere coincidence. However, something compelled her to approach. She docked her ship silently beside theirs, her ship's hull reflecting the starlight like a liquid mirror. She activated her translator and spoke into the comm system. "Human ship, this is Princess Nyra of the Illyrith Empire. State your intentions." The reply came through a crackling voice, unsure and faint. "Oh, this is Captain Elias Ford of the Horizon. We, don't mean any harm. We're just lost." Nyra's curiosity piqued. The humans sounded vulnerable. They had no right to be lost, not in the grand scheme of things. The Illyrith could navigate any corner of the galaxy, but this species, this human, had somehow found themselves stranded, far from their home. Nyra's cold heart shifted slightly. She had not anticipated this. "I will help you," she declared, though the words felt foreign on her tongue. "Prepare for boarding." Captain Ford, a man in his early 30s with dark hair and weary eyes, greeted her when she stepped aboard his ship. His crew, a small team of brave but unremarkable humans, looked at her with a mix of awe and fear. The Illyrith were legends, and yet here she was, standing among them, seemingly as untouchable as the stars themselves. Nyra, however, found herself disoriented. These humans, so fragile in appearance, were brimming with emotions she couldn't fathom. They were quick to smile, laugh, and form bonds with each other, while she had spent centuries mastering the art of detachment. She found it perplexing. Yet there was something about Captain Ford, something in his quiet strength, that resonated with her. Days turned into weeks as Nyra assisted the humans, repairing their ship, guiding them through the treacherous asteroid field, and providing them with the resources they desperately needed. She observed them closely, intrigued by their resilience and unity despite their vulnerability. They had no advanced weaponry or ships as powerful as the Illyrith, yet they fought for each other, cared for one another, even in the most dire of situations. It was during one such mission, when a nearby star erupted into a supernova, threatening to engulf their entire fleet, that Nyra saw the full extent of human courage. Captain Ford refused to abandon his crew. He stayed behind, guiding the last remaining survivors to the explosion's aftermath. Nyra, watching from her ship, felt an unfamiliar surge of admiration. She had never witnessed such selflessness in her people. The Illyrith valued strength, but this was something different. She joined him at the helm of his ship in those final moments, offering her expertise to ensure their escape. It was the first time Nyra felt something other than isolation in the company of another being. She wasn't sure if it was his human warmth or his determination, but in that moment, Nyra felt connected to him in a way she could not explain. The horizon drifted safely away from the blast zone, and Nyra returned to her ship, silent and introspective. She spent hours in her quarters, contemplating the strange feelings that had awakened within her. For the first time in her existence, she was no longer alone. But was it possible for someone like her, an immortal, unyielding Illyrith princess, to truly love a mere human? Days turned into months, and Nyra found herself drawn to Captain Ford time and again. Their conversations, once brief and formal, grew longer and more personal. She learned of his struggles, his ambitions, and the deep love he held for his crew. He spoke of a life he had once known, one filled with warmth, with family. Nyra could not help but be moved by his words. As they journeyed together through the cosmos, a bond formed between them, delicate at first, but undeniable. Naira found herself confiding in him, something she had never done with another soul, and in return, Captain Ford listened, offering his compassion and understanding. In him, she found not just a companion, but something she had long been denied, a friend. Then, one fateful night, as they watched the stars from the observation deck, Naira felt something stir deep within her. Captain Ford stood beside her, gazing out at the endless expanse of space. His hand brushed against hers, and for a brief moment, everything else faded away. She looked up at him, her breath catching in her chest. "Captain, Elias," she said softly, her voice trembling slightly. I never thought I could feel this way." He turned to face her, his expression filled with tenderness. "Naira, I didn't think I could either, but here we are." And in that moment, Naira realized the truth. She, the princess of the Illyrith, who had spent her life in solitude, had fallen in love with the one person who was never supposed to touch her heart, the human who had shown her that even in the vast, empty void of space, love could exist. For once, she wasn't alone, and neither was he. As the stars twinkled above them, Naira knew that no matter the distance between their worlds, they would never be apart again. The Illyrith had no place for love, but the humans had shown her that it was worth everything. For the first time in her immortal life, Princess Naira was truly home.